Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment. What is the main thing with you? Because you're part of the CLA, and what do you do or like to do to help out people or work and stuff like that?
Basically, I'm working with business owners and coaches, and I show them how to turn prospects into clients. Essentially, what I do is I have a process. I create an asset for business owners and coaches, and it comes out in the form of a book. But it's not your typical book. It's one designed to be read in half an hour to 45 minutes. And the purpose of this is, unlike the books that are behind you on your shelf, I'm not here to give you a 150-page book. Your clients are not going to read that. They won't. What I do is, like I said, I show you how to turn your prospects into clients. And I do that by answering their most pressing questions with actionable answers that they can use immediately. And so all of that goes into a book. And so when they read the answers to all these questions that they have, and when they're able to do something right away with it, and the way that it's set up is that it's in a book format. You give it away to your clients. They read it, they look at it, they go, oh, you just solved some of my major problems here. I want to work with you. And that's the premise behind it. So you give without asking for an order. And when they realize you've given them value, they're more likely to want to work with you. And that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay. And then is this something that you're looking to work with certain types of businesses or certain types of organizations?
That is a really good question. Mostly business owners and coaches, but actually what I'm really looking for at this point is leverage. And in the last few days, like one of the guys I've spoken with in the CLA, he runs a branding agency. That's the kind of person I want to work with, because then I can do a lot more with what I'm doing. And I've also been refining my process to make it scalable. Currently, it's not very scalable. There's a lot of hands-on work, but I've been working with AI to turn it into an asset where it becomes a lot easier for me to work with people. And I give them a structured format, and I say, okay, just do this, follow the examples, fill it in, follow these instructions, do what I tell you to do, and you'll have something very quickly. And then I can put it together for them much faster than I could currently.
Wow.
I can show you what it looks like if you want to see.
Okay, yes. I'm thinking, if I would put our conversation on a podcast, what is the main things you would want to show people? Say, hey, look at this.
I would show them what I do, and I have a sample that from one of my clients, because this guy with a branding agency wanted to see an example, but I had signed NDAs with all my clients not to do that. And I thought, but I need that. And I thought I need to change my agreements so that I can show proof of what I actually do for somebody else. And let me see if I can. I'm actually going to do things a bit differently this morning. Give me a second here. I'm going to do it by going back into my records and Bear with me a minute or three while I find this. Yeah, there we go.
It's all good.
Open with. Come on.
I'm guessing there might be a different way to show the results without showing the name of the companies, without showing their finer details.
I don't show anything to do with myself. Bear with me a second here.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to show you something that I actually did for a client.
Okay.
So just bear with me and we'll take a...
Now you did it for yourself. What was the purpose of this particular writing?
It was treating myself as if I was my own client.
Okay.
Because what I was doing, a lot of people had come to me as a ghostwriter. And so they would have all these questions about writing a book. And this is weird. I'm seeing two windows open, but we'll see which one works. Can you see this?
I see that very clearly. Now this would catch definitely a lot of people's attention.
Well, that was part of the reason why I did it. So I had a professional designer do the cover for me, but the image was something that I put together that I modified using software program. But this is my process. This is an overview of what I actually do for people. So what you're looking at is considerably more detailed than what I did for my friend.
Okay.
But the usual stuff, the disclaimers, all that. And then the introduction is an overview of how I work. Like it's basically asking the person I work with to write down the top 5 to 10 questions your prospects ask you. We do that, write out 2 to 3 bullet points of actionable steps that they can take to solve their problems and so on. And then and then interviewing them for that. And then what you're looking at are all the questions that people ask me. Like typical question was, how long will the book be? How soon can we get this done? How much will it cost? Who owns the copyright? Can I see examples of your work? Well, I can show that now.
Right.
But I wasn't able to do it before.
Okay.
And yeah, when people saying, well, I like your offer, but your price is too high, I want a discount. It's like, no.
Okay.
This is a proprietary thing. You're not going to be able to get it from anybody else. And if it doesn't work for you, fine. You're welcome to find somebody else. But the price is there for a reason. And you get my very best when I do this.
Right.
But anyway, and then the typical problems that people run into if they want to write a book. I want to write a book, but I can't type. I have writer's block. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to begin. I have nothing to write about. Okay. I deal with all of that.
Well, then you help them figure out if they want to write something, then you just, I guess, ask them these questions and you help them with the process.
Yeah, so all of that, create a call to action to work with you, that, all that stuff. I still have a lot to think about with it. And unfortunately, today I'm at like half energy, so I doubt that I'll get that done. But it's putting it into a template and then giving it to the person I'm working with for them to fill in. But if they say to me, well, and I'm going to have 2 tiers. The do-it-yourself tier based on what I have, which is it's a template that forces people to think a certain way. Because one of the major problems I've had with some of these clients is they say yes, and then they try to break my structure and demand more out of me than I said I would do. And I've had some major fights with people over it because I'm going, look, this structure is here for a reason, and you're not allowed to break it. I'm not your typical ghostwriter. I'm not going to let you take a 20-page book and turn it into 150 pages. If that's what you want, you need to find somebody else. It's not designed for that. But there's some people, and it's an old mindset, the belief that you have to give people everything in order for them to make a decision about your business. And that's false. And you only need to give them the essentials. A perfect example would be the book that's behind you. It's the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So that's a full-scale book. But you could easily take that and distill it into a very short book that covers the absolute highlights of what you need to know.
The highlights. One of the things I heard is when people really want to know, or some people want to know the story, the explanation, the history, all the information that goes with it, compared to certain individuals. Like, hey, what's the main point? What's the next thing? Let's go. Straight to the point without any fluff or any embellishment.
Yeah.
Well, for those are the people who are more apt or enjoy better just writing it by hand and seeing the notes and stuff like that, compared to those who really want to use the computer and just type it through. So that's why I was just wondering about that.
In terms of the template, you mean? It's designed to be filled out online. No. And so I need to stop talking because I've only got 10 minutes left before we run out. So I want to hear about what you do.